Alright YouTube, what's going on? Coming back at you with a knife. A new knife. I told you in this last video that I had a new one coming. This is something brand spanking new on the market. I know of only one dealer that has them in stock. And luckily it's my boys down at Blade HQ, which is local to me, so they got this to me in one day, which is pretty sweet. So this is a Boker Plus, and it is the new Urban Trapper. It's a really cool looking little knife. This is a collaboration with Brad Zinker from Florida, custom knife maker, and as you can see, it's got a very Mayo-esque look to it. And I say Mayo-esque meaning knife designer Tom Mayo does a lot of these holes in his frame locks, and it's just kind of his style. So this is really cool. And what I like what they did too is you can see this blade's got really high mirror polish. So it's kind of cool when you look through the holes, you can see the reflection, pretty cool. So it is a titanium frame lock, tip up carry, really deep carry by the way, super lightweight, weighs under 2 ounces, 1.78 ounces. So it's an incredibly lightweight knife. That titanium's helping that there. It's got a beautiful stone washing on the titanium, so it's not going to show a lot of wear in the pocket, which is nice. And you can see that it's a flipper, but it's got a teeny little flipper. So one of the first challenges I had when I got this, and I just barely got this in the mail, is how the heck to flip the knife open. And I'll show you what I mean here in a second. Just a few specs. This is overall length of 7.75. It does have a 3.5-inch blade. It's made of VG10 steel, which is nice. A little upgrade from most of Boker's offerings in AUS 8 and 440C. It's a clip point blade. It does have, actually I wouldn't call that a clip point, is it? Yeah, I guess so. It comes down pretty good. Clip point, we'll call it that. And here's the blade. You can see there's the BZ for Brad Zinker collaboration. Pretty cool. It does run on bearings, and I do not know if they are loose bearings or caged. I can't tell just by looking at the knife, and I haven't opened it up yet. You can see how reflective that blade is. I mean, you can see the camera right there. It's got a really cool high polish. So serial number on this one is 491. And these are coming to market at 75 bucks. So that's a really good price for a titanium frame lock 3.5-inch blade. Incredibly light EDC knife. Definitely what I would consider an everyday carry knife, not what I would consider like a hard use folder. Even though it is a frame lock, it's still very slim and small. The blade, look at that, it's got rounded edges, just like a, that's nice. What a nice little touch there. I mean, there's some really nice little touches in this knife for the price point. It's kind of crazy that it's so inexpensive. If the polish is going to drive you crazy because you're going to have to wipe up your fingerprints, for me it's not a big deal. So it is a frame lock, titanium frame lock. There is no steel insert on the lock base bar, and it is a little sticky out of the box. But it is very smooth, and I figured the best way to flip this, because you can't really flip it, I mean that didn't engage all the way because the button's so small. If you try to push it like a button, it doesn't work. What you got to do is just take your fingernail and just flip it back with your fingernail. See the blade, the lock's a little sticky. But once you figure that out, how to open the thing, it's actually quite smooth. So, cool little knife. Just came out. As far as I know, I think there was only one other video on this one, and someone in Germany. So, because they, obviously Boker's in Germany. This is a Boker Plus model, so it is made overseas. And unfortunately on this one, it is made in China, not Taiwan. Honestly, it's a great knife. I mean, I've only had it for like, what, 15 minutes? But so far, the fit and finish is excellent on it. It's got a pretty decorative pivot, which is cool. You can see there. I like that. Again, the Tom Mayo-esque holes in the handle, which is really cool. And the lock side is all solid titanium. The stone washing is really nice on it. Looks quite cool, actually. The clip is kind of funky looking, but it works really well. It's a really deep carry clip. I mean, you're not going to have anything showing. And I did my full review on the knife. I'll actually do some pocket shots and stuff. I was just checking, but yeah, it rides really deep in the pocket, and it's super slim and lightweight, so kind of like not knowing you have a knife. Pretty sweet. Pretty excited about this for the price point. It's awesome. I mean, I can't think of too many titanium frame locks with a good steel that are this inexpensive. I mean, that's pretty crazy. And I really do dig the, see, look how good that nail works to flick that out. It's a little bit different, but it's kind of cool because the flipper does not stick out very far. You can barely see it above the scale there. So, but see, boom, flips open just fine. So you gotta use your nail. So you may want to have a longer index fingernail. I don't know. VG10 steel, high polish blade. Feels pretty dang sharp. Let's see here. Let's get something to cut. Paper. Initial cut test. Oh yeah, it's plenty sharp. So out of the box, very sharp. VG10 takes a great edge. I'm excited to put a mirror polish edge on this with my KME. So let's do some size comparisons. What does it compare to in size? Here's another titanium frame lock, which is the Quartermaster QSETT, or the Mr. Roper. It's about the exact same size as far as length goes, but you get a 3.5-inch blade out of this knife versus a 3-inch blade on this one. Yeah, and they're almost identical. Plus the Mr. Roper is a lot thicker titanium. You know, it's more of a, it's a good EDC knife. Also did a review on this one. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But let's look at the 531, because this is a very similar knife as far as weight. The 531 weighs in exactly 2 ounces. This weighs in at 1.78 ounces. And I would say they're almost identical in size also. And again, the thing that's cool about this model is how slim it is. I mean, you can literally, the width is like almost half of the Benchmade. So you're going to barely know you have this thing in your pocket, which is really cool, especially for this size of blade. I mean, you're getting a pretty good size blade. A 3.5-inch blade is a good size blade, and I usually don't like to carry anything bigger than that. So you're getting a pretty good size blade in a small package. The way they do that is they maximize the handle to blade ratio. I mean, you have exactly, see, the centering is almost perfect, just a titch to the right. And then, you know, the blade takes up the entire handle scales, which is nice. So that's one of my big things on knives that I really like when they utilize that completely, and that's what you're getting here with the Urban Trapper. So we'll make this a short video. This is just a first look, first one that I know of. Just came out. For the price point, it's an excellent knife. I mean, you get titanium frame lock, you get VG10 steel, 3.5-inch blade. You know, it's nice stone washing. It's not just plain titanium, which a lot of cheaper titanium frame locks will do. You got some nice design pivot, nice design work on the pivot. It is an open construction with just the one standoff here. I guess we'll call that a standoff. So just the one, which helps keep the weight down. Obviously, the holes keep the weight down. Kind of reminds me of my Buck Mayo. Obviously, the Mayo influence there. And I do like the deep carry clip. It is nice. It is only right-hand carry, tip up, though. There's no option for you lefties, so sorry, Charlie. Alright guys, I think that's where we're going to be it for now. I'll do a full review on the knife once I carry it and use it for a while. But I can already tell you this is going to immediately go in my pocket because it's just, you don't even know it's there. It's super lightweight. And once I figured out that flipper, it's really smooth. And the lock is a little sticky, but it's not like so bad you can't engage it. You just kind of have to mess with that. So that's kind of disappointing. It'd be nice if that wasn't sticky or it had a steel insert there, but heck, you're paying $75 for this knife, so you can't expect too much. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.